So Bryan Kohberger is the one who is accused in the 4 University of Idaho Students killings, and that was for Ethan Chapin, who was 20, Kelly Goncalves 21, Zana Kernodle 20, and Madison Morgan 21. We know about Bryan Kohberger that he is a PhD student in criminology. He also has a master's degree in psychology, was interesting and passionate about crimes. We also have a lot of things about him as a teen. He was doing not well. Also, he was trying to, after he recovered from his drug usage, he tried to be a better person, and apparently so far, based on the facts that we have right now, he failed again. So the college murders, we have the key takeaways from the court documents, so we can see it on CNN or any other site. No need to actually read anymore the affidavit. And one of it is DNA that was found on the knife sheath on the crime scene, and then the roommate saw a figure dressed in black clothing and mask. Surveillance videos that show his white car, and then the white Elantra at his parents' house, and then his phone was pinned more than a dozen times near the students' residence, including the day of killings. And then he wanted to work for police, and he wanted to actually be there in the middle of the crime scene in order to help them discover the criminal faster. And the next one, we see it right now that today in the news, or yesterday in the news, appeared that he was repeatedly messaging one of the victims on Instagram. So what basically it says that he was persistent on saying, hey, how are you, to one of the victims. Apparently maybe he saw her, or there are some people saying that they were on a date or something on Tinder, and then she ghosted him maybe, but again, these are speculations. And then on the search warrant right now is unsealed. They were unsealed, and that's recent, and they took lots of things, including a stained pillowcase, mattresses, cover, vacuum, the dust from the vacuum, etc. A lot of things were taken out of his house. And so we said the key takeaway, we talked who was killed. So these are the evidence. And as I told you already, stained red. It doesn't necessarily mean that these are related to the victims, but it will have his DNA, so it'd be compared. I also read today that he posted his DNA on one of the DNA sources sites, and so the question is, how did police did not find it? Why did they have to go to his dad's house? But that again is just from words of a neighbor, and even though it was on the public I think on CNN or Fox News, it's still, it's people talking, people accusing, people speculating. We don't know yet. We don't know his story, and we won't know about until the trial. So far, it does show to us that he's the one at fault. And what I wanted to say is that, he's to be a PhD student, you have to be pretty smart. You have to work a lot. You have to have a will. And what I believe happened, if he was indeed messaging one of the girls on Instagram, and if he did kill those kids, then most likely he was rejected, and he was just very high on something, because so many mistakes and so many things done. You would think that a regular person wouldn't do it, but especially someone who is passionate about crimes, they would know, unless he wanted to do it and then just face the fear on our eyes and like talking about him. Basically, he right now, it's a pretty known person online. So I'm thinking that he was under drugs. That's the explanation of what he did, because even leaving behind his knife sheath, like, if you take the knife with you, where are you gonna put it? It's sharp. You would think that you'll forgot something, but maybe he was scared, or maybe he got caught off guard. because the other roommate saw him. And there are many other things also. They were saying today that there is a case, I think in 1992 or 2002, I'm not sure. There was another case where someone did the same type of crime, and then in 2021 there was a similar crime. So it's definitely, we need to see all the information they can provide to us in June, hopefully sooner than that, but so far in June, so we can actually see what happened and see if he is at fault